Hi, today on Branding with Purpose, we're going to dive deeper into branding elements. Okay, so if you define branding right now, I would love for you to just mentally think about that sentence. What is branding? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? This is a topic that we're going to dive into throughout the podcast, on the website, and on my YouTube channel. What is branding and what does it mean for you? Not to you, but for you. This whole everything that I'm creating for the online realm is to help you better understand what branding means for you and how you can implement it. Welcome to Branding with Purpose, the podcast for navigating online branding without the headaches or DIY stress. Hi, I'm Holly Rigos. I'm going to be your kind-hearted guide as we craft authentic and impactful online presence. In this podcast, we're all about embracing purpose and integrity. Whether you're a solo entrepreneur or a visionary creator, or perhaps simply seeking to elevate your brand, you're in the right place. If you defined branding as a logo and perhaps colors, that is only one small piece. One small piece. I have absolutely no dictionary in front of me, no website open, no article open. So I'm going to define branding in the simplest terms possible. Branding is how an organization presents itself to its ideal client, avatar, audience. If you close your eyes right now and think about your absolute favorite clothing line, how does it make you feel? And what do you associate with it in the sense of colors, intuition? Like what does your gut tell you about this brand? I'm just going to name some brands and I want you to visualize with me. McDonald's, Burger King, Hershey's Chocolate, Nordstrom, Chanel, Walmart, Shein, Amazon. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Okay, did you immediately think of their logo? Or did you think about how that brand serves you? I'm super serious. Write in the comments below and let me know if it was their brand elements, logo, color, or was it how they served you, how they make you feel. Some brands are meant to be luxury and you think high dollar, expensive, luxe, like the store's clean, pristine, everything in there is super high priced. Like you even have to present yourself as a certain brand to walk in, you know? Here's an example of like Duck Dynasty. If you remember that series, Duck Dynasty, these people have money. And I believe someone went to New York City and they tried to go into a really nice hotel or situation. And they were turned away because they didn't look like that brand. They were like, oh no, you can't come in here with that long beard and long hair and cargo pants and a plain t-shirt. You're not allowed to come in here. So some brands have a way of not allowing certain people to come in, to be part of it. Okay, now we can change the brand, how they serve and who they serve. And you don't have to be a certain way. You can be in your t-shirt with your long hair and long beard and come in. It's how they're serving you. Okay. All right. I know I'm like, Holly, get to the point. All right. Brand elements. Your brand element should be secondary to how you are showing up and serving, but your brand element should complement how you are serving. So let's talk about logo design. Again, I am not a graphic design artist, so we're not going to really dive into like special terms. I know there are some. I don't have them in front of me. This would be something that I will do on a YouTube video where I show you the different types of logos that you could create. So you've got your main logo, and it can be just the words. And you can use like a zillion different typeface for your words. And then you can use elements to come around it, like a square or a circle or a bird or a flower. And you come up alongside it. And again, your logo is complementing, number one, how you serve your people, how you want to show up in that way. And then you bring more elements into it. And so I'm going to use the brand of another podcaster, and I'm dropping her name because she has made the continual growth and success of this podcast possible because she has her own podcast and she's branding, and she has changed her brand elements through the years. So Stephanie Gass at stephaniegass.com. I love how now she's using colors, specifically blue and gold, and then gold flecks as part of her brand elements. What does blue tell you? Well, it could be different colors of the blue. And we're going to do a whole episode about color psychology. That's next. So stick around and listen to the next episode. And color psychology, the blue, she's using a very dark kind of navy blue. And I think royalty, uniformity, structure, order, those blues give you a sense of, everything's under control. Gold, and then using actual metallic, shiny gold. What does that tell you? I'm going to pause for a second. Think about gold. I think it's regal. It brings the wealth mindset. It's also beautiful and shiny. We are precious like gold. That's what the Bible says. So here she is, Stephanie Gass. Her podcast and what she does is actually for Christian entrepreneurs. So she's telling you your story, your podcast, your business, whatever it is that you want to podcast about is worthy and precious like gold. So hello, how beautiful is that? So she's got blue, uniformity, simplicity, and then she has the gold, and then she complements it with her images. And you don't even care what her typeface of her fonts are or what her logo looks like, because she's using elements for the brand that complements how she serves, which is number one, serving you, her ideal client. She's thinking of that one person, audience of one, and how she can come up alongside you, serve you, provide you with a skill and a skill set to grow a wealthy mindset business. Not that you actually will make money, but she does help you with that. It's just a beautiful approach. So that's just one example. Let's change it up and go to a new example. And I'm going to talk about Caitlin James, a wedding photographer. Immediately, if you know Caitlin James, if you're a photographer listening, light and airy, boom, you know exactly the kind of person she is. She's light, she's bubbly, she's airy, everything about her. Can you tell me what her typeface is for her logo? You'd probably say something regal. So she uses a serif, think Times Roman, okay? But she doesn't use Times Roman. She uses a serif font, very regal, very clean, very Southern. She uses hard angles, like a square. But then she uses pastels, like greens and blues, but the lighter hues of it, like it just slightly accents, and lots of clean lines everywhere, very hard angles. You're not seeing circular boho kind of approach with her. No, you're seeing symmetry, again, order, structure, because she comes to you with her education and loves to provide you with that structure. And then the light, airy stuff. So like you're going to get a fun, kind of peppy kind of feel to things. But she's using, again, brand elements to complement her brand. how she serves people. Do you see the pattern that I'm building here? This episode was talking about brand elements, but it's just one small component because I really want you to dive into what branding will do for you and how you are doing things for the person you want to serve. That's what we're here for. Why am I creating this podcast? I wanted my podcast to serve people. I wanted to uplift people, elevate where they are so they can grow. They can grow their business. They can grow their message. They can grow their ministry. Wherever you are, let it serve you and uplift you. Everything else that I create to kind of supplement this, complement it, to uplift it, should also serve that. It should serve in that feeling. So I use colors like coral and teal, but then, I'm throwing in kind of like these darker greens and stuff because everyone's at different places. But at the same time, I want you to feel homey, roomy. Like you could just curl up on the couch with me and have a hot cup of coffee, which I got one right here. I do apologize for drinking right now. But if you've noticed, I got a little sore throat. Keeping it real, y'all. I'm doing this while the baby is napping, part-time on purpose. And I just want to be authentic. And so my colors sort of represent, kind of my personality because this is a personal brand for me. And so I waffle between light and airy, but also like dark and moody. And I wanted my brand to reflect that and attract people who also are kind of like in the murkiness of growing a business, but then also have a little bit of clarity in the direction they want to go. And they want something light, real, earthy, comfortable. So when you are stuck in the analysis paralysis of, do I do a logo like this? Do I do a logo like this? What color should I use? Think about who you're serving first. And this is a client avatar assignment. And if you're interested in that, I have a freebie that I will link down below that you can download and use today to help you kind of dive into who are you speaking to. So who are you serving? Okay. Learn that before you even dive into colors. And then colors, typefaces, logos, all of that can shift and change as you shift and change, as you become more in sync with your brand and how you are showing up. Do not let a logo and a color scheme stop you from showing up. Narrow it down to 3 colors and start. All right, you got a black for your fonts, you got a blue for your backgrounds, and you got a peach for your pops of color, okay? And go to town. All right, just do it. But if you know you want a fun, whimsical color, then kind of go that direction. If you want a child-themed environment, do not do serif font. Do a sans serif typeface and do something that's kind of fun, chunky, stuff like that. These are things that should not stop you. So brand elements come secondary to how you show up and serve your audience. And I promise you, if you can zone in on that one person, that one client avatar, that will really help you pinpoint who you're serving, how you're going to show up and serve them. And then all the rest will just kind of like fall into place. And you can always change it later. All right. Can't wait to see what you create online. Make sure you tag below with any golden nuggets you learned from today's episode. Have a wonderful week. If you're ready to build a brand that reflects your authentic messaging and connects with your audience effortlessly, hit the subscribe button below and let's embark on this transformational journey together.